Hello, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Sonia Sunhart, and today I have my very special friend and guest, Tas Ferreira, that I'm so blessed and grateful to be connected with this amazing woman who knows so much about gut health and cells and how to regenerate. So as you know, Regeneration Oasis was my center, and the whole idea was to allow ourselves to regenerate in a quiet, natural space and to discover, to know thyself on a deeper level. Now, how much deeper can we go than our own inner cellular structure and our gut health? And this is a very important topic for our times, because as we know, we're in a pandemic right now, and a lot of people are suffering from many different issues that are actually linked with gut health and glyphosates and GMOs and a lot of toxins. So we both are with PURIUM, and this man here, David Sandoval, is a pioneering visionary who has developed this company of not just superfoods, but the best green plant-based, every morning this drink, and I'm sure Tas has, yeah. And it's just incredible. Like, it's been transforming me on so many levels. I started 3 months ago, and I'm so inspired by this company and everything it's about on so many levels, like the health and how to become autonomous entrepreneur and part of a tribe globally that is aligned with the values of holistic health and wellness for everybody. So I believe this is our future happening right now, where we are the solution. We're not waiting, we're being the change, we're embodying it. And I would like to just open the floor to Tas to talk a little bit more about gut health and the transformations that happens when people start to take these amazing plant-based products.
Thank you so much, Sonia, for having me on. It's an honor to be on with you. And gut health, this is something that I feel it's new, right? Not a lot of people have understood that the gut is a second brain. And I would even say it's the first brain. It's so intelligent, and what it can do for your whole immunity. You know what? This is the core of our immunity.
Yeah.
Whatever is happening in our life, whether it's mental health, whether it's hard time sleeping, anxiety, everything we are going through our bodies always goes back to gut health. And I find this is something that people miss, Sonia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unfortunately, this is why we need to spread this information that faster than whatever other information is out there, because we are in a shifting paradigm right now on so many levels. And this is what I've been studying also since 2010, the prophecies of the times where the old paradigm dies and the new one is being birthed. And again, we know that our cells regenerate like that. Also, they die and they rebirth. And every 7 years, you're not even 7 years, but maybe you know more about this, but how the cells can actually regenerate over and over again. And it's fascinating because it's like epigenetics. It's what Bruce Lipton, another pioneer, and all of these pioneers, this information is like, it's accessible to us, but you have to look for it because it's not actually in the mainstream, right? And so it's normal when we're shifting paradigms, a new era, a new understanding of the holistic wellness of ourselves, our cells, and the planet, and how we're treating that, how we're treating ourselves, how we're treating the planet. It's all connected, and the animals. And, so for all of us sensitive empaths out there that have always felt like there's something wrong with these things, okay, we're emerging out of it. Let's just, like, instead of focusing on what everything's wrong and the disease and the the panic and the fear, which is being bombarded from everywhere. Let's focus on the solutions. And this is what I love about Tas, because she's always talking about solutions. And you know what? You feel so good in the morning, energized. And it's like, okay, I'm getting better and better every day. I'm part of a team that is worldwide that is doing this. And it's exciting to be alive and part of it. So this is why I invite you to connect with either one of us to learn more about this amazing company and the paradigm shifting solutions that are happening, and it's growing exponentially. This is what's like amazing is, you know, the company's growing, the consciousness is growing, it's going together. So as we evolve and as we realize that we have more power within ourselves to make those changes and to make those conscious choices every day to transform and to get better and better, then aging is not a scary thing. It's like, well, I'm going to do it very gracefully, very slowly. And I have all the tools I need to do that. And I have a team to support me. So, wow, like, I'm just like, I'm blown away by it. Like, it's, I love it. And I feel very excited about the future, which is a good thing these days, you know? So
Imagine we wake up with this vitality and we want everyone to feel the same. Imagine if you could wake up feeling alive, like truly alive, cellular alive, each and every day. Wouldn't you want to feel this way?
yeah, absolutely. And you know, it connects also with our spirituality, and like it's the ascension fuel. This is the part for me that I was missing, because I do have a juicer and I make smoothies and I, you know, and all of those are great. But I'm in actually in the north right now. Taz is in Florida. I'm in Cowansville in Quebec, and it's winter, and you know, local organic food is not exactly well, it's expensive, first of all, and it's a lot to do that all the time. So for me, it simplifies my life also. And with my daughter, my 7-year-old, like, also it's just easier to get all the nutrition in, and it's tasty and all of that, and it's so simple. So again, it doesn't have to be complicated when you start to really take charge of your health and, you know, change your habits and all of that, because it doesn't happen overnight. And but there are more and more proofs that if you decide and you intend and you really stick to it, like I have a 90-day program now that I've developed, and this is the intention is, let's do a cleanse of 30 days and then release everything, the somatic trauma that is trapped in the body as well, from, you know, from the trauma of coming out of these times of what I would call, you know, a violent society in a way, because uh, the sensitivity of, you know, our nervous systems and all of that, we need to, you know, just become that peaceful 0 point where we can create our reality and we can choose every day. So I can go on and on about this because it's my passion, and I see the connectedness with the way we treat ourselves. If we have self-love, if we transcend or transmute the pain into gifts and power and empowerment. And we do this together because, as we know, the charge of the intention gets stronger and stronger, and you're not alone anymore, you know, trying to change the world or change people's ideas. It's like, no, we're in this. We have the fundamental base of our new paradigm, and we're part of that.
I I love how you're creating this 90-day program to let everything that no longer serves us go, right? So the gut is our wheelhouse, and it holds on to so much toxins that we are being bombarded each and every single day. And you know what? When we start learning how to repair our microbiome, we start getting rid of these toxic chemicals. I love how you spoke about organic foods. Organic foods are so important. We are putting alkalizing organic foods into our bodies, repairing our gut, changing our mind, changing our life. And why not pair it with mindset, holistic practice, everything together? For me, this is the ultimate synergistic program.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you. And when just like when you have too much clutter and too many
Yeah.
things, you don't appreciate them anymore. We need to declutter our minds, our bodies, our to be able to allow what we actually want into our lives. But if we don't know ourselves enough, then we're letting in all kinds of stuff. We're not using our own God connection, which is the information stream that comes through when you actually take the time to listen. And it doesn't have to be a long time, the more you do it, like anything, the easier it gets. So then sometimes it's just taking 5 minutes, taking deep breaths. But for others, it's going to be a little bit longer if they're more beginning on the journey. And so my program is customizable to each person. And I also go into the gene keys, which is our codons, our 64 codons, the genetic code that actually makes up your holographic blueprint. So this stuff is like, it's cutting edge. It's like, know thyself, but the God code is inside and it's linked to our DNA. Wow. Like, what other information? I'm getting full body goosebumps because I'm just
Me
feeling
too.
like, what is more exciting than getting to know your God self from within and to understand how the science and the spirituality is actually merging right now so that we can understand from a holistic perspective the synergy, like you said, Taz. I love when you use that word because this is what it is. It's synergy, it's harmony, it's understanding the interconnectedness of everything, and that the microbiome, actually, even in the soil, there's so many microorganisms. Like I'm a geographer too, and geology, and like I have a lot of degrees on like the earth and understanding the atmosphere, the hydraulic system. And when you think of water, all of us are part of the water. It's the same water for all of us.
Mm.
So what are we doing with the water? How are we treating the water? And why are we 70% water and so is the planet? Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. I think this is when we connect the dots that we are the cells of a bigger planetary being, that biological being that is hosting us. Now, what are we doing? Are we a parasite to this being, or are we a loving, strong cell that is supportive of the biosphere and the microorganisms and how everything is interconnected? So are we part of the solution, or are we actually causing, harm to this, to the mother, or, which Pachamama, or however, the indigenous cultures have always honored and respected the mother. And so now this is our time to honor and respect the mother energies, the caring about, ourselves. First of all, it all starts there, and then it radiates out into more and more spheres of understanding right out to the cosmos.
Yeah.
So,
And we know that water has information, holds onto
mm,
information. When look into a microscope, they look at snowflakes and they see how each one has a different pattern, right? This shows us how water holds on to this information. And you know what that means? Our cell does the exact same thing. I hear a lot of people talk about, they're like, they have trauma from 7 generations that's being passed down. Well, you know what? What's the opposite of trauma? Intelligence, something of higher source. That is also being passed down. But what happens is that the trauma is sometimes louder than what we're supposed to be tapping into. So we have to make that quieter and start listening to our true selves of why we came here and what our true purpose really is.
yes, this is exactly everything that I've put together in my program. And like it's like we need to rewrite the old structures and put in the new ones, just like we upgrade, our technology.
Yes.
We are the technology, or the information, or the memory bank of this shared collective consciousness, which some people call the Akashic Field, or the field, like Einstein said, that governs the force of the particle. So when your thoughts are electrical waves, but then they come in and they form into matter, into form, but everything is just condensed energy and then can go back out and become once again. So like water can be gas, it can be ice, it can take different forms, it's still water. but we're like that too. So that's why it's becoming so interesting. And, maybe it's because I've had these experiences of really merging with everything and, dissolving my body and then coming back into my body, which is actually called death. But when you die and you rebirth over and over again, you realize that it's just part of the cycle, and there is no beginning and no end. Energy is never created or destroyed. It just transforms. So this is the ultimate transformation of these times is, and then we have this fuel to assist us in this so-called ascension, which is us vibrating at a higher frequency and allowing more light to come in. And this is where we become more and more of our God self. And it's a path of mastery, but it's a path that is accessible to all of us because we're all made from the same stuff, So wow,
Yeah.
it's fascinating, and it's my passion. As soon as I have a chance to go dive into this information, but there's so many parts to it. So, when people say they get bored, I'm like, what? Like, I don't have enough time in a day to, to put all these things together and to understand myself and how I can express and create in the world and be in service to life, to the biota of this whole planet and every being on it.
Beautiful. And Sonia, we really can feel that. And I feel that we are in a time more than ever that this is what our soul needs.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's what our soul desires. And we have to present it with this situation and put it in this place where we actually can grow and be on this mission together, because we cannot build anything by ourselves. Collectively, we are powerful.
Oh yeah. Thank you so much, Tas, for embodying this wisdom, for sharing this wisdom, because it is the antidote to the times that we're in. It's the medicine that, like you said, our souls need. Because the merge of the personality and the soul, it's not separate. The thing of destroying the ego, it's like, no, the ego is actually serving you on a certain level to understand danger and all these things and protect you in a certain way. But this is when we merge with, it's not separate anymore. So things will be getting very interesting for us in the next years to come and decades to come, because as we understand and know thyself, these are, and there's more and more photonic light streaming through into our spheres of from the solar center to the planet. And it's just, there's so much information on that as well, but again, that's quite alternative, and not everybody can grasp the cosmic picture of what's unfolding. But it's always just individually to look at, how am I becoming more of my higher self? How am I connecting to this information stream that is serving me and life, versus a stream that is actually more based on destructive? And so it's our choice every day, what we tune into, what we watch, who we connect with, so energy flows where attention goes. This is, quantum physics. And we've known about this since the 60s, but somehow it's taking a long time for the old paradigm because the schools aren't up to date. Everything needs to be rethought. And so we're creating a new civilization, a new culture that understands how interconnected we actually are with each other and with everything on our planet, in our reality. So yeah.
Exactly. So everything that, like the 9 to 5, the school, all of that, that's part of the old paradigm. And we were taught, we were raised that this is what we needed to do to get the 9 to 5, to, hustle and bustle and be in this ultimate rat race of life. And you know what? We suppressed everything of who we truly are, because we had to, because of fear, because of so many different layers of a narrative that we've told ourselves. But you know what? This is the time. Now we are shedding all of that. This is the ultimate upgrade, right? This is us 2.0 that we're finally stepping into. And we're like, we are not going to stand for it. We are going to tap into who we really are, what we really are here to do, and grow.
Yeah. Grow in a healthy, vibrant way. And yes, and I love hearing you talk. I love how how it's right now we can feel when we're in alignment with ourselves and with each other, and how we can go, you know, like you said, together in this flow, this wave of higher consciousness that is pulling us in a direction. Now you can grip onto the old, but it's gonna get more and more uncomfortable. And this is what we're actually witnessing right now, is those that are really clinging to the old paradigm and they're fighting like crazy. But it's like, look, if you just let go and go with the flow of where we're heading, then you can enjoy the ride. You can have a good time. It's all about the journey and of our evolution. And this is a collective field of that. So the more we can understand that, and this is what I really want to teach more and more is, you know, and in my program, I want to do one-on-one because I prefer going deeper than, you know, and then eventually there will be out of all of this a program or a course that I will develop once I have a better understanding of the the wisdom nuggets that will emerge out of it. So I know it's coming down the line to create something else. But this is the thing, I just want to create all the time, because when you are aligned with your creator self, your God self, this is what God does. It creates universes, it creates worlds, it creates realities. And we talk a lot about Abraham and, you know, create your vortex and all of that. But the idea is that, yes, actually it is. And if we become very powerful once we know that, and maybe dangerous to the old paradigm, which we witnessed for a long time, that anybody who spoke out against the status quo would get eliminated. But now there's too many of us, the vibrations are too high, and we're going. So this is what I feel like. So I'm inviting anybody watching this that feels inspired by the evolution revolution that we're all taking part of, you know, reach out to us. Together we have so much more information to build this movement. It is a movement. It's not about the individual, it's about us, we, from me to we, into how we can serve, you know, this evolutionary process and life. And so yeah, I think if you want to say something else to close, Tas.
No, this was perfect, you know, and this is the time to step into your true self and reach out to us and let us help you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay. Bye, everyone. Thank you.